Yankee fans are coping with the prospects of losing Juan Soto, and the guys at MLB Network let us know what they think of Jose Siri next on MetCast. Yo, Mets fans, what's going on, friends? Like and subscribe if you like our content. As always, I am Ray, and let's get right into it. Jose Siri. The guys at MLB Network had a couple friendly things to say, and let us know about the personality of Jose Siri and what kind of player he is and what to expect. Let's get into the video right now.
Let's focus on Siri and who the Mets are getting here. It's an interesting pickup.
They're getting a hot dog.
You know, as Keith Costas said before we went on the air, he's like a more dynamic version of Harrison Bader, maybe with higher highs because he's going to hit for more power, lower lows because he does strike out, and you get some real dynamic athleticism. You get a showman. You get a lightning rod as a player. This guy's been involved in a lot of scraps. He's he takes showboating to a new level.
That's hot dog. I love hot dogs, man.
I mean,
I do. I always grew up digging guys that could do that. I just didn't have my personality like that. He does some antics that if you're on the other side, I want to knock him out. Yeah. You do, even on your own team.
How about
even against Juan Soto?
Right? Soto leaned into one, then he does the shuffle. He's talking a little bit as he rounds the pillows. Oh, this was a pretty good one here. Siri, he went Jeffrey Leonard one flap down, and then he got drilled in Milwaukee. And then he gets to first base, and then starts a thing with
this brawl.
Freddie. Oh, that wasn't Freddie at the time.
Here we go.
Slap! What did the five fingers say to the face?
So, Met fans, you get a little taste of what Jose Siri will bring to this team. I will say this. I like the antics, but one thing that scares the hell out of me, guys like that can get your best players drilled. The last thing I want is a guy like that having those types of antics and watching Francisco Lindor get drilled in the ribs. But he is going to bring that raw emotion, something that we saw Francisco Alvarez bring to our team last year. Jesse Winker, of course, had that raw emotion in the playoffs. And maybe that can help spark this team. I know they say he has 0 bat 187, but we spoke about it yesterday. 761 OPS back in 2023, 25 home runs and 300 and plus at bats. Even last year, in his worst year, he still had 18 home runs in the 99th percentile when it comes to speed in the outfield. So he could easily be a late inning replacement in center field, or, if we get Juan Soto finally in right field, he could easily be a late inning replacement. But I want to get to some more comments that we saw throughout the day. But first, we got to talk about my guy BT on WFAN. We had him on the show in the past, and I almost feel like Yankee fans, maybe they're coping a little bit here. Let's take a listen. You let me know what you think. Is BT coping, getting ready for post Juan Soto as a Yankee? Let's take a listen.
Separate the emotion and the practicality of who Juan Soto is. Now, he is an amazing hitter. Yeah. We all know this, right?
You think the Yankees are in the World Series without him?
No, okay. I don't. I'm going to be. No, I don't. I don't. But is he as amazing a hitter as we truly think? He doesn't hit 330. He doesn't hit 50. But take away again. I want Soto to stay. I don't want to blur the lines of reality. I love him to stay. But it's not like Juan Soto. You take away the Soto shuffle and the juice and the swag and the vibe. He's not Aaron Judge as a hitter.
Right.
He's just not, and he's never been that guy. Separate the emotion and the practicality of who Juan Soto is. Now, he is an amazing hitter. Yeah. We all know this, right?
You think the Yankees are in the World Series without him?
No, I don't. I'm going to be. No, I don't. But is he as amazing a hitter as we truly think? He doesn't hit 330. He doesn't hit 50. But take away again. I want Soto to stay. I don't want to blur the lines of reality. I love him to stay. But it's not like Juan Soto. You take away the Soto shuffle and the juice and the swag and the vibe.
Yeah, we get what BT's saying right there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I overblowing it? We all know the passion that BT brings on the fan. And when he was on our show going back and forth prior to last season, he said our season was over in July, and I called him out on that. And he said that he was blatantly wrong, of course. But in my mind, maybe he knows something. And that's why I'm going to bring up this last video by John Heyman. Maybe that interview or that meeting that the Mets had with Juan Soto went a lot better than expected. So let's listen into what John Heyman had to say.
As we sit here today, I'd make the favorite the Mets because Steve Cohen is there. I think that they had a very good meeting. I think Soto probably believes long-term they're going to be in great shape.
Big thing what he says right there. Long-term, the Mets will be in good shape. When you look at farm rankings, and that's a big thing. When you're spending at the top of the market, these players want to know, hey, if I'm going to be here for 13 or 14 years, I don't want to be the guy you bring in, and then that's it. Think about the Yankees. Cashman said it last year. They can't continue to spend where they've been spending. It's not sustainable, quote unquote. What does that mean? Soto's going to get a massive raise right here, come in. Where are they upgrading elsewhere? Is it coming through the farm system? They have one of the bottom 5 farm systems in MLB where the Mets arguably have between 7 and 10. The Mets farm system is so good right now. They have picked guys like Dom Hamill and Mike Vassell who are not going to be protected in this Rule 5 draft that's about to happen, and they are considered top 15 prospects easily in their farm system. That's how deep it is right now. So if Juan Soto wants to take the farm system into consideration, you have the Yankees in the bottom third, bottom 10% of the league probably, right around there, five, we're talking 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and the Mets easily in some rankings could be between 7, 8, 9, and 10 and only getting better. So that's something that a guy that's going to be with a team long-term might take into consideration.
Roster doesn't look great right now. Certainly, someone might say, is it a come down? Is it a little bit less to go to the Mets from the Yankees? Certainly, you could make that case, and that may be a question. I don't know if it's a question in his mind or not. I think Yankees people will be a little surprised if he goes to the Mets because the Yankees are the Yankees. They do have the tradition. They have the history. They have a better roster. If
That's
you like
arguable.
it there, is he really going to go to Queens? That would be the
better roster, he just said. Take Juan Soto off the Yankees, just like he's not on the Mets. Who's got the better roster? You have Aaron Judge, great hitter. Can't deny that. Who's your first baseman? Jazz Chisholm might play second. Volpe, who had an awful year at shortstop. Who's your third baseman? Dominguez couldn't get an at-bat in the playoffs. Who's your left fielder? You really have 2 at-bats in that lineup. Remember what Severino said? They got 2 guys in the lineup. That was Soto and Judge. Now you're taking Soto away. You want to give the pitching edge to the Yankees? Sure. But an overall roster, I think it's way closer than what John Heyman's leading on right now.
Their question. Me, if I had to pick a favorite right now, I might say Mets. Blue Jays also have the wherewithal to do it.
Their owners
I think they've got a good shot. Obviously, the Yankees have a good shot. And then I think the Red Sox, Dodgers, and Phillies all have a shot. Cannot rule any of them out. As we sit here today, I'd make the favorite.
And that's what Heyman had to say. He thinks the Mets are the favorite. I agree with him, and I'm trying to take my partisan, blue and orange goggles off, but there is no denying if there's too many reports, the Baega report, then you have the Michael K report, Cohen's willing to overspend. A couple years ago, the whole thing with Carlos Correa happened where the Mets got stooped with that. They didn't pursue Aaron Judge, the best player on the market. A couple years ago, you had all the shortstops. You have the Simeons, the Seagers, the Xander Bogaerts. We weren't in on any of that. This is Steve Cohen's guy, and he is going to do whatever it takes to acquire him. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you think the Mets are leading right now? Because in my mind, when I start seeing guys like Brandon Tierney cope like that and say, maybe he's not as good as we thought, which every Yankee fan's going to tell us the second that we sign him. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And also, I want to do another video. I want to get the fans' perspective. What kind of contract do you think is reasonable? Not what he will get, but is reasonable for a guy of Soto's caliber. Is he going to get $700 million, what he is desired at right now, which I don't think he's going to get? Is the $660 too much? Let me know what you guys think. We'll be sure to continue to bring you the Mets content. Until next time, peace.